Hi, everyone. I'm Catherine Anaya. Welcome to Conversations with Catherine. I am very excited to have as my guest today, Ashley Crowell. She is a Ryan House family member and member of the Ryan House Board of Directors. Ashley, it is nice to have you joining me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Well, thank you. I want to talk about Ryan House because it is so special. It's a place where Arizona's most medically fragile children and their families can find state-of-the-art care to guide a child through their unique life-limiting or end-of-life journey with peace, with comfort, and with valuable support. And your story, Ashley, is so perfect, a perfect example of how Ryan House creates those memories and those legacies that we talk about so much for the children and for the families that it serves. This is a journey that began with your precious baby Connor, your baby boy Connor. It's a journey no parent ever expects to endure, to experience. Can you tell me a little bit about how that all came about?
Yes. So when Connor was about 6 months old, he started having some developmental issues. And shortly thereafter, at about 8 months old, he was diagnosed with a rare form of leukodystrophy, which is a terminal condition for which there's no treatment or cure. It was around that time that we first heard about Ryan House. We had several different people reach out to us during that time to let us know that Ryan House was there for families like ours who had a child with a life-limiting medical condition. And at the time, I didn't quite understand what Ryan House could offer our family. And it took a little bit of time for us to actually go to the Ryan House to see for ourselves what it entailed. And one of Connor's nurses, Ashley, was actually instrumental in convincing me that, it really was something that our family needed to go and take a look at. So she set up the tour for us, and we took Connor and our older son, Kellen, and toured the Ryan House. And really, the moment we walked through the door was, so impactful. There's just this enormous sense of love and happiness in this place where, the people are so excited to be there. The kids are excited to be there. The staff are excited to be there taking care of the kiddos, and they're really dedicated to giving these kiddos experiences that they wouldn't normally be able to have if they're at home being cared for by their parents.
And it's such an unimaginable time in your lives when you're faced with not only what you're dealing with Connor's diagnosis, but also just all the unimaginable feelings that are going through your mind as a mom, as a parent, and it's nothing you can prepare for. Was this experience with Ryan House anything you had ever felt you even needed when you were going through this in the beginning?
In the beginning, we were so overwhelmed with all of the emotions and trying to figure out the care that Connor needed, and figuring out his schedules and those kinds of things, that we couldn't even really fathom what Ryan House could give to us until we walked into those doors and saw it. And it was at that point that we really learned that Ryan House doesn't just focus on giving care to the kiddos who have medically life-limiting conditions, but they focus on the whole family and really meeting everybody's needs and meeting them where they're at. And so for us, that meant Connor ended up using Ryan House for hospice, and we were there for the last 18 days of Connor's life. And it just so happened that his first birthday fell during that time. And if we had been at home, we would have been overwhelmed and we would have been stressed and focused on, his condition and what was going on. But because we were at Ryan House during that time, his nurses actually were the ones who said, let's throw him his first birthday party. And they mobilized and they threw him, a beautiful first birthday party at the Ryan House. So it's things like that. That's the real magic of Ryan House. It's meeting the family where they're at, understanding their needs, and really creating these, memories for the families.
It's just priceless. It really is. The way you describe it, I can't even imagine what a family would go through without a place like Ryan House. The memories of Connor's joy in those final weeks forever in your heart. And now you serve on the Ryan House Board of Directors. It's the only organization of its kind in the Southwest and one of three in the country. Tell me a little bit about the different services that Ryan House provides for people who maybe are not familiar with that.
Yes. So the exciting thing about Ryan House is that they offer all types of services. So including palliative care for kiddos who, may need to go in for certain services. But they also offer respite services, which are for families who, maybe need a break or help in caring for their kiddo. And so their kiddo can go and stay either in an individual room or in a family suite where the family can stay there with the kiddos. Some of the families really enjoy going and staying over the holidays because that's a chance for them to get the help and the rest that they need during that time because they have the nursing staff helping them take care of their kiddo. And then they can really just focus in on spending that quality time and making memories with the kiddos. And then, for example, our family utilized the hospice services, so end of life care, where a family can really focus in on those important moments and allow the nursing staff to help them walk through those moments and really be there with them so that the focus can remain on the kiddo.
Hmm. And these services are so incredibly valuable, and they're provided at no cost to families, which is why we want to encourage everyone who is watching this right now to please, please join us for the 2021 Ryan House Virtual Community Breakfast. It's taking place on May 14th at 10 a.m. This year's theme is Making Memories and Creating Legacies, which is exactly what you just talked about. I'm very much looking forward to serving as the MC for this year. What can folks expect, Ashley, when they tune in and join us virtually?
So, we are going to have a live virtual event. So, folks can tune in and they will get to hear some of the amazing stories where Ryan House has helped kiddos and families make memories. That is one of the most important missions of Ryan House is to help these different kiddos, like I said, to meet them where they're at and help them make lasting memories and help create legacies for their families. And that's what this year's Ryan House Community Breakfast will focus on.
So we need everybody to please spread the word and join us because all of the money raised will directly support Ryan House, which relies 100% on community donations. I don't think people are really familiar with the importance of what that means for families like yours and for the joy that Connor was able to experience in those final days.
Exactly. And I think that is something people don't realize that the Ryan House is 100% reliant on community involvement, community donations. And without the community's help, they can't deliver these services and these memories and legacies for these kiddos.
Well, it's made all the difference for you and your family, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. I want to remind people that they can join us on May 14th at 10 a.m. They can register at ryanhouse.org. And again, just please join us. It's going to be a great morning. Lots of inspirational stories. If you don't know about Ryan House, it's a great way to learn. Ashley, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on May 14th.
You as well. I am so looking forward to it.
Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching Conversations with Catherine. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment while you're here. I'll see you next time.